Hello everyone and welcome back to the Pacific Northwest Mermaid Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is all going to be about how to strengthen your body. This might be your gym routine, but it is what your body needs. I drew these cards and I asked Spirit, I was like, okay, now that I know these are the piles, what's the message? And this is a card that we came up with. This is going to be card number one. Pile number one, pile number two, pile number three, pile number four, and we're going to use the astrology cards for this one. We're actually, as far as I'm planning right now anyways, not going to use any tarot cards for this reading, so we'll see how it goes. Feel free to jump to your timestamps down below for pile number one, pile number two, pile number three, and pile number four, and I will see you there. Bye! Before we even turn these cards over, let me start by saying I'm so happy you're here. With bronze and strengthen your body, the message I'm getting for this is that it's not just a message, it's kind of an energy. There's a lot of healing that needs to take place. A lot of you are holding some deep resentment. It might be in your shoulders or just stiff muscles. That's the energy I'm getting for this pile. Your first card that you have is clear. May you see things as they are. A beautiful quote that this card reminds me of is, we see things not as they are, but as we are. So one of the things that we're really asking Spirit for with that card is that we are able to be given clarity beyond our own perception. And your other card you have is alive. May you delight in vitality. If any of you have been feeling, oh my goodness, I feel like an old person, but I'm so young, what's going on? Every time I stand up, like a million bones in my body just go crack, crack, crack. Well, maybe it's not bones, but you get that feeling anyways. This is absolutely your reading. And what I'm going to do right now is just ask Spirit to come and fill these cards. Holy Spirit, God, angels of pure white light, all that is good. I'm hearing juice cleanse. I think a lot of you have started on a juice cleanse or you've been thinking about it right now. And Spirit is absolutely saying that if you have been looking at getting more fruits and vegetables in your diet, if you feel like that'll help, go for it. Obviously, it's never a bad thing. But if you're looking at where to start right now, carrots. I'm just thinking of the word carrots. So it could be vitamin A. Take that as it resonates with you. And we have the fourth house with home and family. Okay, so what your body really needs right now is a little less stress at home. Whatever it is that you have going on at home, if you're able to focus on that and find some resolutions, some small fixes that will last long term, that's going to really help you in the long run. It could also be that a lot of you are feeling like you can't go to the gym. Maybe your gym membership's about to expire and you're wondering, should I let it? Should I just cancel it? I'm never there anyways. With this house, with the fourth house, what this card could be recommending or suggesting is that you try working out at home. I know a lot of people have said if you don't work out at home, you're not going to work out at the gym. Meaning if you can't find a way to put healthiness into your day with what you already have, with what you're already doing, then buying an expensive gym membership is not going to solve your problems. All right, any other advice? I feel like that card, as soon as I touched it, square, challenge, and disharmony. It's not going to be easy. Conjunction, fusion, and energy. I'm curious about that card because I don't think I've ever seen it before. Fusion and energy. That is making me think about food again. Is there a way you can take the meals you're already eating and without subtracting from them, replace some things? So, for example, that could be replacing candy. I think a lot of you have been having too much of certain substances. It could also be caffeine. Could you replace one thing of candy with fresh fruit instead? Could you replace one thing of coffee or something caffeinated with just a couple glasses of water? Make it sparkling water if you like that, something fun. But could you do, instead of cutting things out, conjunction? Could you just pair things? That could even be, every time I want coffee, I'm going to drink a glass of water first. You're still having the coffee, but you're adding to it. Every time I have dessert, I am going to have some vegetables first. Still having dessert, but you're adding to it. You're adding those nutrients. This card really wants to come out. Lilith with the Wild Femme. I love this card. I see it in private readings a lot. I've been waiting for it to show up on the channel. Welcome, Lilith. Wild Femininity. That is just a card of being uninhibited. Lilith, a lot of times she's seen as the dark feminine, or also maybe a seductress. And so what I am hearing in this context is, look into dance classes, especially dance classes that are perhaps women only, or burlesque, or I think there is some called barlesque, though that's probably trademark, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on the channel without a little like trademark logo. But another good one might be salsa or Zumba, any dance where you can just let your sexuality come out, especially if you have been feeling very repressed lately. This is what your body needs. It needs to express itself. Lilith can sometimes be seen as bad, but she's not. She isn't. She is just some part of us, a part of all of us that begins to exist when we are square, when we're kept too much in a box, when we don't let ourselves out, we don't give ourselves room to exist. Recapping with conjunction, fusion, and energy, adding in the good, the nutritious, without worrying about necessarily taking things out. The fourth house with home and family, finding ways to work out at home, and then also, if you have a stressful home life, looking for ways to resolve that before you let those problems pile up too much. Square, challenge, and disharmony. Don't expect it to be easy. And Lilith, go get yourself a dance class or something fun. Something that lets you just be expressive and feel young again. I feel like a lot of you are actually young already. But you just haven't felt it lately. You've been feeling old in your bones, and you are not. It is time for you to go and dance and have fun. Claim this energy. May you delight in vitality with alive and clear. May you see things as they are. For my pile number 1, thank you for joining me. That's your reading, and I wish you the best. Bye. All right, my pile number 2s. If you chose these cards, this is your reading. Welcome to the channel. I don't know why I said that. I guess I get the feeling some of you, this might be your first time seeing my videos. If that is the case, well then, absolutely welcome. And before we even get into this, what I'm sensing for the energy from your group is you're already doing a lot. You're already making a lot of steps towards taking care of your body and towards nourishing your soul and your mind. First card for you is powerful. May you be as potent as the ocean. And gratitude. May you honor all that you receive. You are doing so much already. I can see that you are someone who's training for a lot of things. And you're already spending so much time committed to this and focused on things. If you're in the gym right now, there's probably a specific goal that you're working towards. It might be, oh, I'm trying to do this many push-ups or this many pull-ups, or I'm trying to bench press this weight or deadlift this weight or squat this amount, or whatever that workout might be. There's a goal you're working towards. You might also be somebody who does endurance sports and you're trying to run faster or you're trying to run further. Maybe you have a goal of running a half marathon or even an ultra marathon or something, and it's coming up and you're just wondering, like, what do I do with my body? First thing, you need to make sure you are giving your mind peace. I think you're stressing about a lot of things that are taken care of already. God's in control. You don't need to worry about them so much. And with gratitude, may you honor all that you receive. What I'm hearing is that it would be a good idea to start a gratitude journal. And write down some things you're grateful for before you go to sleep, because they do say sleep is the best foundation for any athlete. Whatever it is you're trying to do, if you're trying to swim a mile, like, that is the energy I get. Like, I get, this is serious. These people in this group, they care about their body and what their body can do for them. You need to give yourself some good sleep, my loves. That is absolutely what I'm sensing here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get into the astrology deck. I've been kind of shuffling it off screen. That wants to come out. That came out for the last group too. Square, challenge, and disharmony. Whatever it is, whatever change you're trying to make, it's not going to be easy right away. And because you're already someone who likes to do hard things physically, I am getting the feeling that whatever it is your body is asking for, it's something that's not physical. It might be something like getting to bed at a good time, or even skipping workouts to rest every now and then. It's not going to make you lazy if you skip one morning workout to get yourself an extra hour of sleep. That could be injury prevention right there. So your body is asking you for something, and you keep saying no because it is hard. But my loves, you do hard things all the time, okay? And it's not really a flex if you're only doing things that are hard physically, and then when your body says, hey, can we sleep a little bit? You're like, no, we're gonna stay up and scroll. All right? Whatever it is, I almost feel like you don't need this video. I feel like you already know. Like, that was enough information for you right there. Oh, this card too, maybe more. Neptune, dreams and spirit. Again, you need to sleep. Was this one? The moon with feelings and subconscious. You need to sleep. What do we have here? Fifth house, joy and play. Have you been going so hard at the gym that you've been skipping things with friends? Because your body needs to relax a little bit too. Also, I get the feeling a lot of you are former high school or college or even professional athletes. And maybe like soccer or volleyball. There's another one, I can't quite. Rugby or cricket. That'd be crazy because we don't have very many cricket players in Washington, but that came to mind. There was a sport you got into and you excelled in it. You did really well. And I think you reached a point where you weren't playing the sport anymore, you were performing the sport. It was no longer bringing you the joy that it used to. Once upon a time, you played this sport and you loved it because of how the sport felt. But then you reached a point where you're doing it because you liked dominating on the field, you liked the applause, you liked always being a better version of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that, but your body needs you to go back to play mode. It doesn't have to be with that same sport. If you have sworn off your soccer cleats, there's no need to put them back on, but you need to find something that lets your body play. You need to find something that is relaxing for you too, that makes your brain associate exerting energy with funness and not just reward, because I do think that some of you have been conditioning your body to go run a certain distance or lift a certain amount of weight, and then you go get ice cream afterwards. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you're making it to where you do work to get a reward. And you need to just create an environment where your body can just run and jump and play for the sake of having fun. You need to do something physical that is not work, but could also count as working out. I hope that's coming across the way that I intended to. Pisces, the dreamer, again, you need more sleep. Fourth house, this came out for the last one too, so it might be something the collective's experiencing. Home and family. For some of you, it might be that you need to get your family on board with some of these things. You might have a sibling who is just playing video games all the time. It might be time to ask that sibling to go to the gym with you. You might have a cousin who has just been in their room a lot lately. Be a good time to just knock on their door and ask them if they want to go for a walk with you. And accept the fact that they're not going to be on your level, okay? For those of you in this group, you are elite athletes. That is absolutely what I'm feeling. And if you were never a professional athlete or anything like that, you absolutely have what it takes to be that. You might have been someone who didn't start out athletic, but where you're at right now, you cannot expect the people in your life to keep up with you. That doesn't mean you go run alone. Yes, if you need to run alone, absolutely do it. But just because no one can run your pace, just because nobody can go to the gym and just know how all these things work, doesn't mean you stop inviting them to come with you. Every now and then you need to slow down and let others catch up, because we're not meant to be living completely alone. And I did also notice the last card that came out here was Aries and the combative. There's a lot of stress in your body, and that might be getting put there because of an imbalance in the rest of your life. Maybe you work a stressful job, or you just have a lot of schoolwork or something, and you're taking it out through your hobbies. Though I'm not sure if I can call them hobbies at this point. It's more of a healthy lifestyle. There might be something else your body needs though too to really channel that aggression. It might be good to take up some self-defense sports, or try boxing, or maybe even a martial art. That's what I'm getting here with the combative. It might be a good idea to shake things up a little bit. And if you are already somebody who does combative sports, because I just got the words Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in my mind, and I know those are both combative sports. If that is something you already do, I think it would be a good time for you to put your name into a competition and start training for something. Start training for an event that you can start looking forward to now. And I think that'd be really good for your body. All right, that's what I have for you. Thank you for being here with me today, and I will see you in another reading. Bye. All right, my group number 3s, if you chose these cards, this is your reading. First up, we have lightness with may the light lift you to the surface. And then we have space. May your heart and your scope expand. Look how calm the waters are in these cards. That's beautiful. And that makes me wonder if a lot of you have already started meditating. If you've been doing that for chronic illness, depression, maybe also chronic pain, ADHD is coming to mind too. I'm trying to sense the energy for this group. And what I feel also is that you're very hopeful for the future. That's what I see with this card. And you're also a little uncertain about a few things. You might have some health tests that are coming up, and you're not sure what those results are going to be. So let's go ahead and let's look at the cards. And right away, I noticed Leo with the extrovert was on the bottom. And when I see a card, I feel the need to pull it out. A lot of times, I mean, honestly, you'd probably be surprised, or maybe not if you're a tarot reader too. I can be looking at a deck of cards and like not actually see, like not register any of the cards. And then every now and then we'll just catch my eyes so clearly and I'll be like, okay, when that happens, it's supposed to come out. We have Sagittarius, the world explorer. Your body needs a change of scenery. It really does. Meditating and I think yoga, that's what you've been doing. That is great. That's wonderful. I think you've been doing a lot of it either from the living room or from the same yoga studio. You need to shake it up a little bit. You need to go somewhere new. With the extrovert, you need to go spend time with some other people too. If you have a gym family, love it. That's fantastic. It's time for you to get out and meet some new people as well. I also have here 10th house with career and success. Interesting. So some of you, your body's been holding a lot of tension because of work and also pressure that you're putting on it. I just saw this card too off screen. It is Mercury with mind and speech. Believe it or not, a lot of health problems relating to the throat, for example, thyroid issues, can actually be linked to people repressing their voices. Because when you push something down, it has to go somewhere. And a lot of times that can look like an illness. It can be the external physical manifestation of something is happening on the inside. So where you're being called to speak up and say things, you're forcing it inside you. And with the tests here, some of you might be concerned about cancer or heart problems. And with Mercury here, one of the things that's really, I just feel it in my heart, is that there is an illness some of you have or concerned you have. And it may not be what the doctors initially think it is. Now, to be clear, tarot is not meant to diagnose any illnesses. That being said, I do believe that God does use it as a means to communicate with those who choose to be spoken to and communicate with in this manner. So I want to say that there might be a diagnosis you got recently, and maybe you're waiting for a second opinion, and they could be wrong. They could be wrong about it, but I mean that in a good way. It could be something that is just a matter of stress, because I do see here career and success in the 10th house, and the change of scenery and meeting new people. Extrovert could also indicate, coupled with mind and speech, needing to get a second opinion, but also just changing routine. That might be enough to alleviate a lot of the symptoms. So if you were thinking like, oh, I just got diagnosed with some illness A, and there are all these just medications I'm gonna have to start taking, like my life's gonna change, I'm gonna be a shut-in. That's probably not the case. It's very likely that this illness A is being brought on by all of these other factors. And if we can tweak those factors a little bit, if we can turn down the stress in those areas, and if we can funnel in a whole bunch of light and goodness from the universe by things like exploring new locations, speaking to new people, speaking our mind with mind and speech here as well, we might still have illness A, but we might find out that we have a much lesser stage of it, or a much less severe version of that than originally we expected. All right, is there anything else? Anything else that this group needs to hear? Angels, spirit. That might be it. I think that's it. I think that's it for your reading. All right, well, that's fun. Okay, so for those of you part of this group, I wish you the absolute best with everything. That being said, there's one card. Actually, I feel like does want to come out. Yeah, sometimes that happens. All right, we actually got more than one. Okay, so we have Virgo with the Alchemist just popped out. And Trine. I saw Trine. Yes. Trine with support and inspiration. I almost wished you luck and said goodbye, and then the universe was like, sorry, that was our cue, we missed it, but here we are. The Alchemist. The Alchemist is about turning what seems to be not valuable into gold. All right, so if you do find out that you have an illness and it seems awful and you're like, where do I go from here? Somewhere beautiful and special, because you're going to turn that injury, that illness, into something beautiful. If on the extreme end of it, you find out that you're losing a leg, you're going to find a new hobby. You're going to meet so many new people in that process that you're actually going to find yourself on a path. And I know that was a real extreme example, and I don't think for most of you that was the case, but we'll just go with it, because then whatever you do have going on might feel small comparison. You're going to end up on a path that is the universe putting you back where you need to be. It might be that you need to travel as a result of this. You might take up a new sport like running, or something that you never thought you would ever do, swimming. You might learn to swim if you don't know how to already, as a result of this injury, of this awful tragedy that happens. It could set off a cascade of events that leads you to where the universe needs you to be, for you to be truly and fully alive. And with support and inspiration, I think a lot of you have been reading a book recently. And I actually get the feeling that it's the same book for a lot of the people in this group, or maybe by the same author. And it would be good to join a book club, actually get out and talk to other people about that book. That's what I see with support and inspiration. You're going through a lot. You're going through a lot of things in your mind, and it is taking a physical toll on your body. And finding some people to support you would be a really good idea during this time. Going back to the Alchemist, what are you being called to alchemize in your life? What is a tragedy that happened that you can turn into good? I think about one of my friends who lost her aunt to cancer, and she has dedicated so much of her time since she was in high school to a cancer walk that actually happens, where they have she has her aunt's name on a special bag, and you turn into a lantern with a candle and everything inside of it, and there's a track, and the whole thing is lined with these candles, with these beautiful lanterns, honoring all of the people who are lost to cancer, and all of the survivors, and all of the loved ones of these individuals. They just walk. They've turned something tragic and awful into something beautiful. That's alchemy right there. What is it that you need to alchemize? Because even if it doesn't seem like it in this moment, I guarantee you it is what your body needs, and your body is going to respond so well once you start doing that. All right, this is actually the end of this reading. I wish you all so much love and happiness and good fortune, especially in the upcoming year, and I will hopefully see you in another video. Feel free to like this video and comment, especially if there's something that I missed, because I did feel like there's a lot of energy for this group. I would love to know, how did this reading resonate with you? All right, bye. All right, group number 4s, if you chose these cards, this is your reading all about what it is your body needs right now. And I am just sensing from this group, you are optimists. You are individuals who have probably been taking a lot of like high intensity, or I think it's high intensity interval training, the HIIT classes. You might have been trying a lot of new things lately. You feel like you're eating pretty healthfully. You also like socializing with friends. If that speaks to you, if that resonates with you, this is absolutely your pile. Let's go ahead and see. Beauty, may you perceive nature's artistry afresh. So I think the reason you clicked on this is because even though you're taking really good care of your body, you're wondering, okay, why is my skin still breaking out? Why does my hair still feel brittle? What's going on? What does my body need? Are you missing nutrients? What's happening? And persist. May your ripples build the swell. Okay, so how has your consistency been lately? That's the question I'm getting with this card right here. You know, going to all those classes is good, but if there's a specific result you're trying to see, it is about how often you show up and how much you're able to actually put in the work. And if you feel like you've been trying a whole bunch of things, maybe what your body needs right now is for you to just find 2 or 3 things and stick with them for a while, instead of, you know, looking to any flashy thing that you see. Bottom of the deck, we have North Node of the Moon with a new life goal. There's something in your life, maybe a New Year's resolution, that has inspired you to do a whole bunch of things lately. I'm curious what that is. I don't know if I'm going to find that out. But this is your reading. This is all about what your body needs. I should be shuffling on camera, but there are so many cards that want to come out right now. I don't know if you can see this just jumbled mess I have here. They actually almost fell onto the floor. So if I can figure it out, I don't think it's all of these cards, but it does seem like it's a lot of them. This one's not going back in. Neptune, dreams and spirit. How has your sleep been lately? Are any of you by any chance iced coffee after 2 p.m. drinkers? Because I get the feeling that's something you should probably stop doing. Maybe make it a decaf. We also have Square, Challenge, and Disharmony. I think this has shown up for nearly every group at this point. So whatever it is, whatever thing your body needs, it's not going to be easy for you. I really get the feeling it's consistency because of the card Persist here. I get the feeling your body needs consistency, and that's something you're not naturally good at. Mercury, Mind and Speech. That's interesting. It showed up in another group, Mind and Speech, but I feel like it means something completely different for your group. So I'll see in a moment. Sextile, Chance and Opportunity. Okay, that's fun. Are any of you competing in like a dance competition, or are you trying out for a new sports team? What is this chance and opportunity? I just got this in my mind. Some of you might actually have just had someone ask if you want to lead a workout class. That's super exciting. I think all 3 of these cards are supposed to come out. No, actually, these are cards from the previous reading, so they may have just not been mixed in well enough. So I'm gonna put them back in the deck and see if they come out again. I'm just gonna keep shuffling and see. All right, Mind and Speech. I think a lot of you do actually have an aspiration to become a workout instructor. And I think that's why it's here with Mercury. You are somebody who wants to use your voice. It's just on the bottom of the deck here. We have the 3rd house with communication and interaction. Absolutely, you're somebody who wants to use your voice to inspire others. And You've made this your goal, chance and opportunity. I don't know if this is something that's just happened or if it's something that's about to happen, but you are absolutely going to have the stars line up in such a way that this becomes possible. Challenge and disharmony, though. I do think that it's possible for you to create a workout routine, to create a sleep routine, a when I drink coffee compared to how many hours before bedtime routine. I do think that's all possible for you, but I do see it as something that's going to be so hard, but your body needs this. And I need you to hear this, my loves. This is what your body needs. It needs some routine. I'm not saying structure. I'm not saying you need to put things into a box, but I am saying you need to have a hard cutoff time for substances that you're taking. Also just came to my mind are things like, oh, Capricorn, the boss, look at that. What came to my mind just now were things like if you're drinking alcohol or anything similar to that, if it's happening too frequently, you might need to start being creative in asking for mocktails. And if you're all like, oh, but there's lots of sugar in those, asking for something on the menu that will make you feel like you're drinking with everyone else. But also, I think your skin problems have to do with dehydration. And if you're drinking alcohol, that absolutely dehydrates you a lot. So you need to be drinking more water. You need to be getting in those fluids. And also you need to be getting in your beauty sleep. Capricorn and the boss coming out. Look at you. You're an important person. I don't know if you know that or not, but you're an important person. You have a lot going on. And it might feel like with those other things, whether that's work or school, or you could also be somebody who has kind of digital nomad lifestyle going on. I think there's so much structure and so much routine in those parts of your life that you just want to be free. In the other parts of your life, you don't want there to have to be this routine for all of these things, because then your life feels too boxed in. It feels like it's not fun anymore. Yes, it's going to be fun when you start seeing the results. When you start seeing the consistency paying off, that's going to be fun. When you start seeing your hair and your skin and your nails all just like growing and glowing, that's going to be fun. That's going to make it worth it. And it's okay to have those days here and there where you do go out with friends and you do stay out socializing way too late. But you need to make sure that there's moderation going on, because with chance and opportunity, something really special is coming your way, and you need to be ready for it. You need to be well rested, and you need to feel confident. And there's so much confidence that comes from just knowing you're somebody who keeps your promises to yourself. So much confidence comes from that. When you're somebody who takes yourself at your word, you walk into the room with just so much, just the boss energy right there. But you have to be someone who takes yourself seriously. You have to be somebody who makes a promise to yourself and keeps it. And I know it's hard because challenge and disharmony is right there, but this is what your body needs, and your body is going to be so grateful for you for doing all of these things once it actually starts happening. All right, my loves, that's all I have for you. I hope you're even able to see these cards. I just realized it got really dark really fast. Goodbye, sun. I guess it went behind some rain clouds. But not you, not your life. You have rainbows and sunshine all ahead of you, and I'm so excited for this journey you're going on. Feel free to like this video, leave a comment if you like. I'd love to know how this reading resonated with you. And I will hopefully see you in another video. Bye!